Congratulations to head coach Rod Broadway for his 50th coaches win here at North Carolina A&T. He is the fastest to do it, joining William Bell, Burt Pickett, and Bill Hayes. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rod Broadway.
Good afternoon, everybody. Appreciate you coming, and as I say, every time we win, every win is a good win. And this was especially a good win in that we had an opportunity to beat a Division I opponent, or FBS as a lot of people call them. And I think it speaks a lot about our players and the job that our coaches are doing, and the growth of our program to have back-to-back wins against some of these teams that we're playing, including Outback and when they were making the transition to D1. So we're moving in the right direction, I think. But this was a good win, and extremely proud of our players. I thought they showed a lot of character and a lot of fight. You know, the sad part of it is we probably should have beaten that team by 14 points. You know, but we made some mistakes, blew a couple coverages, and let them back in the ball game. So, but that's football. You know, those things happen, and end up being a lot closer game than it should have been. So we got to learn how to end games when they need to be ended. Put people away, because the thing I'm trying to teach now is that when you have an opponent, if you don't put them away, one play can beat you. And you don't want to put yourself in that position, so you need to try to end it as soon as you can. But, you know, as I give our guys a lot of credit, you have to give Charlotte some credit too, because they continue to fight and didn't give up and didn't quit. And I thought they showed a lot of guts also. But I thought overall it was a good football game, and it was a very good win for our university, athletic department, and our football team. And I'm extremely proud to have been a part of it. Well, I think a great deal of it has to do with tackling. You know, I went to an intramural two-hand tag football game. They tackled better than we did. So we didn't tackle very well at all. Zoom, zoom. I guess that's they missed that. They missed that. I'm gonna say it again. I went to a two-hand tag football game, and they tackled better than us. You know, but I thought a lot of missed tackles, and you know, I think one of the things that happened too is that they wore us down a little bit, especially up front, and that, you know, we usually have a rotation of 6 or 7 up front. We didn't have any rotation because we left 3 defensive linemen home with injuries, and they sort of grinded on us a little bit. But I think a lot of it had to do with alignments and assignments, and the other part had to do with missed tackles. But, you know, 266 yards is totally unacceptable. You know, that's a lot on us, so we got to do a better job, but we got to play better, you know, and that's the one thing that we pride ourselves in around here, is being able to stop the run. And we just missed way too many tackles. You know, we had 11 missed tackles by 2 groups on the football team. That was just 11. You know, we were close to 20 missed tackles, which is unheard of this day and time. So we got to go to work today and practice tackling a little bit better, and hopefully eliminate some of the mistakes that we made. But, you know, but the bottom line, guys, you know, we won, and we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll make the adjustments after the win. You don't want to make excuses, because that's not how we build our program. A little bit of it is that we ran out of gas and we locked up a little bit, and you know, we had guys cramping, and we had guys that we had to put out there that really didn't know what they're doing, and so forth and so on. Was a lack of depth, and that's one of the things you worry about going to a game like this anyway, is because when there's 24 different when there are 24 scholarships difference between the programs, they can wear you out a little bit. And it was a hot summer day. You know, we had a nice hot summer day, and some guys was cramping and so forth and so on. But you know, the mistakes we made, man, we can't make those mistakes. I mean, we've got to be better than that. You know, if we're going to compete at the level that we want to compete at, we got to eliminate some of those mistakes, and we got to get better. And hopefully we can see it, and we can improve on that. You know, we're pleased to be 3-0, but I see a lot of improvement that we need to make. I see a lot of areas that we need to play better. I see a lot of things that we need to do as coaches to improve. I think I can. I think our guys are giving us pretty good effort. We just got to do a good job of getting them in the right spot, and we got to be honest in our evaluation of what we're seeing, and then we got to act on that, and we got to get a plan that's going to give us an opportunity to be successful. Hopefully, I think a lot of guys can see that we're building a program, and we're building a good football team, and I think they see that we can compete against a lot of people that we play against. And playing those people just give us some exposure and let people see that we're capable of beating those guys. Not just going up there and playing, but playing well. Well, let me say, that was big. That was a big play by Mac. And, Mac had gobs and gobs of talent. He was a great kid, personality, always got that smile on his face. He sort of, invites you in so much. But for him to step up and make plays like that was a big, and, and he can run. I mean, he's one of our fastest guys. He can run once he catches it now. There are not too many guys going to run him down. But he also had another big play for us. But we knew when we recruited Mac, we thought he had the ability to be a really good player here. And he's only started. So hopefully he'll continue to grow and get better as he grows. First of all, this may be the best defense we've played. Morgan State defense may be the best defense we've played. They fly around, they get to the ball, and they're really good. Offensively, they've moved the ball quite a bit, but they get penalties, they turn it over, and they make mistakes, once they get drives going. And, they're capable of scoring some points. They just need to eliminate some mistakes. And as you watch tape, they don't look like they hadn't scored because, from 20 to 20 it's up and down the field. So they're quite capable of making some plays. And defensively, I think they're really good. We don't look back too much. Everything we're trying to do is ahead of us, and there's some situations that you can learn from in the back, but we just try to focus on one game at a time and focus on Morgan State. And so what we need to do as a football team to get better and eliminate some of the mistakes that we made this weekend, because we made a ton and more than we normally make around here. And for us to beat a team like that with the mistakes we made, I think says a lot. If we can ever piece this thing together, and if we can get healthy, I think we have a chance of having a decent football team. And you know what? That's what they do. They do what they do. We do chicken. They support. And, if you go back to Gardner-Webb, they showed up in numbers there. And most of the places we go, they show up in numbers. And we're extremely pleased with the support that we get. One of the places we like to go with our program as we continue to grow, we need to try to get 18,000, 19,000 fans at our home games, because now the Aggies will travel, but when we're home, that's one of the ways that we can really improve our program. When you look at UNC Charlotte, you look at the facilities, you look at Gardner-Webb, you look at the facilities, and that's what we could do if we had 18,000 to 20,000 fans here every game, not just homecoming, not just the game at the end of the year. But we could do that 5 times a year. That's a lot of money, and we can do a lot of things to build this program and continue to grow this program if we could get everybody to show up for the home games as well.